Well, the stage is set. It's the motherfucker player haters. Ooh, yeah. Well, stage is set, like I just said. And obviously, there's still some baseball going on, but there's absolutely no fucking way that I'm going to make any sort of a comeback. Eric's got every single one of the batting stats and probably one of the worst damn weeks batting that I've had. And it's really the Shaney curse. That's what I'm calling it, the Shaney curse, because, no bad Shane. Oh, big bad Shane. Just, look at me. I really wish that, Nick, when you do send me the Franklin back, I, I think I might just I don't know, rub some shit on it, just all around it, like human fecal matter from my own fucking stool sample. And then I'll give it to Shane because he's a fucking bitch piece of shit, just whining his fucking way back into first place. Like, oh, I'm such a fucking titty baby. Like, oh my God, dude. Like, I don't have a good offense and I'm struggling to make amends and make things happen. I'm pretty sure it just seen Jose Altuve got you another RBI and you've got 10 stolen bases this week. Oh, what a titty baby. And my pitching isn't that good. What a bitch, man. My gosh. Whatever. Congratulations, Shane. You're back in first. Ray retained her spot back in second. And I lost mine to you because I was 2.5 games back. And Jason just, rolled over and died. Didn't give two shits about doing anything. Didn't stream like he should have at the start of the week. No, no, no. Jason just hung around until Saturday and grabbed up one guy or something. I don't remember what he did. But, anyways, the stage is set. But the biggest news of today, Nick, our two-time champion. Maybe this is a precursor to the Kansas City Chiefs because you won't get a third in a row, sir. No, sir. Nick is going to be sending the Franklin back to the Sunshine State. Rally Monkeys pulled one out of his ass, and last week was the defining victory because he is not going to win as of right now against Benchwarmers and Josh. But yeah, the stage is set. Myself, I believe, will be playing that same Walker, which is fine because, he's got the better pitching staff and he'll have the better hitters. And I'll be out in week 1. So it won't be a big deal to me. I at least made the playoffs, and that's cool. And I appreciate just, being here. But yeah, he had 8 home runs this week. I couldn't even muster 5. I had terrible. Rafael Devers is back on his shit streak again, I guess, because his team's not going to be in the championship or in the playoffs. He just doesn't give a shit. And Ketel Marte is now broken, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. just gets walked and can't hit worth a shit. So that's a thing. So it's good to see the season has failed miserably and collapsed, but it's all good, man. When you sit here and you make the trades that you've made all season long, it's just a wonder that I'm even here, that I'm even able to arrive. But yeah, one of the worst baseball days I think I can ever imagine happened to me on one of the days where I could have actually done something. I got one fucking goddamn hit. One fucking hit. One piece of shit dog fucking hit from Tommy dipshit Edmond, who hasn't done a fucking thing for me. So that's awesome. But yeah, Eric is wanting to be the disruptor of people and their hopes and dreams. And I will not, make it past the first round, but it's all right. Because guess what Eric gets to do? bring home a can of beans or at least try to be there. And he'll be super excited to sit the consolation prize on his mantle that he doesn't have. It'll go in his safe. So, yeah, championship bracket is all but set. And like I said, if memory serves me correctly, the number 3 team plays the number 6 team, the number 2 or the 4 plays the 5th. Isn't that right? Is that right? Anybody? Nobody's listening right now because this is pre-recorded. But yeah, so there you go. I believe if I read it correctly, the moves go back. Oh, we did use a move. Look at that. Jason didn't use a move. He grabbed Reed Detmers. But yeah. So to end the season, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us used all 60 of our moves. The closest next one was Trippin' Billy's with 57. And Mandalorians used 51. What a swell of a deal that we did. It's like we banded together. I like the fact that we banded together. It came with Mandalorians and Hitman. I mean, they just swooped in and grabbed as many of the starting pitchers. I think it was Hitman just grabbed up as many as he could. And Nick grabbed up the only one remaining for Sunday, Miles Michaelis. And we saw what he did. And it just wasn't enough to push Nick into the playoffs. And let's look at the matchups here for week 22. Myself obviously lost to the best team in the consolation, and that would be Eric. Super congratulatory for him. Really glad that everything worked out for him in his favor. Really glad that Jordan Alvarez is not going to be in the playoffs. Alex Bregman is not going to be in the playoffs. The 11 fucking starting pitchers that he has, they're not going to be in the playoffs. So that's really exciting news. I'm really excited. And I mean, we'll hear from Eric, sure, but he won't be in the playoffs. So, but you just keep making those really successful trades and everything next season, the ones that favor you and nobody else. But yeah, with 11 pitchers, I mean, guys like, Ranger Suarez is not going to be in there. This Bowden Francis that's getting a lot of hype from him. Zach Wheeler is not going to make an appearance. Joe Musgrove, who fucked things up today, but he's really good. Jared Jones, not going to be in there. Not going to be in the playoffs. It's not going to be in the playoffs rant right now. Yeah, so he's not going to make it into the playoffs. Let's just go to players real quick as we're talking here. We'll get back to the matchups here in a second. Just, because we get to look at all the batters, the top batters, 4 of which who are on Shane's team. But I've got the best offense. I've got the best offense out there. But apparently Shane doesn't know how to read his own fucking roster. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Because Shane is not that good of a team. He's only going to end this season the number 1 best ranked team, but he's just not that good. When you look at it on paper, Shane just isn't that good. It really, you have to look at the analytics of everything, but on paper, he's just not that good. So, yeah, who's not going to be in the playoffs? Let's see here. All available players. Let's look at all players. Like I said, I wanted to. So we're going to see Bobby Witt Jr. and Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge. Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge, they are on the Trippin' Billy's team. Just want to point that out. The number 2 and the number 3 best hitters are going to be moving forward. Just want to keep that. Juan Soto's not going to make it. Fernando Tatis isn't going to make it. We need to pull up current, not preseason ranking. There we go. Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani are respectively number 1 and number 2. My bad. Sorry about that. So we will not see Juan Soto. We will see Gunnar Henderson, thanks to a trade heard around the world. We will not see Jordan Alvarez or Ellie De La Cruz, Francisco Lindor, Jaron Duran. These are just a few names that we will not see in the playoffs. We will see Freddie Freeman. Yeah. Oh, look, there's Bryce Harper and Jose Altuve. Again, 2 back-to-back players in the top 25. Okay. Cool. We will see Mookie Betts. We will not see Willem Contreras or Jackson Merrill. Those are your top batters that we're probably not going to be able to see, and pitchers that we are not going to see. We will not see Tariq Skubal or Zach Wheeler. We will not see Logan Gilbert. We will not see Framber Valdez. And Paul Skeens will be making his appearance in the playoffs for us. Corbin Burns and Bailey Ober not in the playoffs for Nick. And look at that. Cole Reagans, Bailey Ober, and Corbin Burns not in the playoffs. Yeah. So next week, Ray and Shane get to take a nice little much-deserved break, especially for the hardest working team out there and the quietest team out there. So, you know, so there is a what is that? 50%? No, that's not 50. That's what is that percentage wise? You and I are in the playoffs, so there's 2/6, which is a third. Terrible at math. I think there's a 1/3 chance of the thing making it into our house, the Franklin. You asked the wrong person about math. That's the wrong person about math. There's 6 teams. There's 2 of us in the Dobson household. 2/6 or 1/6, but there's 2 of us, so I don't fucking know. Oh shit! There's a third. It's a third, right? I don't fucking know, people. We've got 2 chances, 2 teams that it could potentially give us, but oh my gosh. Thank God our kids are smart. They say they're smart, but by golly, man, they walk past a fucking light switch and they forgot how to even operate that shit. But whatever. So there's a chance that Rally Monkeys and Bench Warmers could add another ring to it. My money is on Shane. It's been Shane this entire time. You can go ahead and put in your bets. He's got a better opportunity to make a statement, because if his offense goes stinky tink during week 1 of the playoffs, no big deal, because he's sitting there quietly on his perch and his pitching staff just needs to be okay to do just like he's done pretty much week in and week out. Now he likes to point out the fact that I beat him just last week 8-3. Okay. That's because it wasn't my bats that won me the day. My pitching was 1 win, 2 strikeouts, and 1 quality start and 2 saves better than yours. That's it. That's all it was. And you had just a bad week. I had to, pull 9 stolen bases out of my ass because you have Shohei Ohtani, who's one of the fastest runners on the face of, Japanese earth. And he's 6'45" and, gets to second base before the ball even gets thrown out of the pitcher's hand to the catcher. So, yeah. So, Ray has obviously a team that, has clearly been one of the better teams. But she just did not put up any offense this week. She only had 3 home runs against Mandalorians. Like, when you look at the last couple of weeks at Mandalorians put together, how he is ranked so low is crazy. But he had a hell of another week offensively with 13 home runs, 34 RBIs. I mean, he had double what she had in RBIs and almost double what she had in runs. But at the end of the day, she was able to put together a 6-6 victory, or tie rather, and that's what kept her in second place. And due to Eric's amazing team, awesome, shining bright team. But I have buried the freaking lead. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. And the Lord gave Brian one of his best offensive weeks in a while, and he was able to pull through and gather himself and watch Miles Michaelis fuck up the whip and ERA for Nick, proving that streaming just is fun for a moment and then the moment is gone. And look at that. Just like that, Nick is not going to see the playoffs this year. He will not retain his title. Nick, please gather up the Franklin and all of it and ship that shit back to Florida. You know my number. You can text me and I will send you the address. And if you need to, I'll pay for the shipping. And then Shane can reimburse me when I bring it to his front doors. So, but yeah, Brian, kudos to you, sir. Man, oh man, you went to Arizona and you brought the Diamondbacks a victory as well as yourself. That's awesome. Good job, sir, which I don't know if you're watching. I think Tuesday of next week is when you're going to the game, if memory serves me correctly. So I don't know if the Diamondbacks are actually going to be winning that game. If they do, then I have genie powers. Jesus faced off against Sean 10-2. These two gentlemen, have some good players on their team, but it wasn't enough to carry them. But next year should be fun, especially Jesus. You're more than welcome back. Not to make trades like what you made towards the end, but I tell you what, man, that Lawrence Butler trade for you really worked in your favor. That dude went on fire for the last half of the season. But yeah, we won't see him. We won't see Marcus Semien, Fernando Tatis Jr., Ezekiel Tovar, Matt Olson. They're not going to make appearances in the playoffs. Neither will Salvador Perez, Aaron Nola, Kevin Gausman, Brian Wu. These are some big names that are not going to carry teams into the playoffs, but they definitely are going to help out your teams in the consolation bracket. We already mentioned the score, 5-4. Josh is able to take down Chris, but Chris is able to hold on to the victory that he has. I believe it's still going to be one game. One game is going to separate him from Nick. That's how close it is. But Chris likes to say it, I got a chip in a seat. And yes, you do. And you'll be carrying with you Freddie Freeman, Matt Chapman, Brian Reynolds, Michael Harris, Brandon Nimmo. He's got Garrett Cole. He'll have Michael King, Taj Bradley, Pablo Lopez, and Yamamoto, I believe, is coming back, if I read that correctly. Yamamoto went to rehab start, and likely he'll be working pitch innings restriction as he makes his first start since June 15th. Yeah. So he's coming back, returning Tuesday. So that'll be fun to face off against him. That's cool. But yeah, Walker, really excited to, get in there. And it was by the skin of his teeth. And it took Sunday to be the deciding factor because Justin Verlander just didn't look that good. And Josh will be facing off against the Jason, who was unable to put together a nice enough score for me to stay in at least one of the first two places. That's all right. No big deal. But yeah, Shane taking him down 8-4, winning the pitching categories. 4 out of the 6. Jason taking the wins and the save plus holds. And Trippin' Billy's taking runs, losing home runs, losing RBIs, winning stolen bases, winning average, winning OBP. And Jason will be taking with him names like Jose Ramirez, Mookie Betts, Adolis Garcia, and this Norby kid, Riley Green, will make an appearance also into the playoffs. And his pitching staff looks like Imanaga, Paul Skeens, and Garrett Crochet. Taking a break next week will be Trippin' Billy's team. If you don't know his team, he's got Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani and Corbin Carroll and Bryce Harper, Jose Altuve, just to name off a few of the names. And he's got some pitchers in Dylan Cease, Ryan Nelson, who he benched, Zach Gallen. He apparently is a Diamondbacks fan, Merrill Kelly, Walker Buehler, and he's excited about DeGrom and Scherzer coming back for the Texas Rangers, who will probably be out of the playoff picture by the time those two pitchers come back. And again, myself, I will be bringing to the playoffs with me. If the stupid fucking thing wants to work, which apparently it doesn't, let's take a LaCroix break. Yep, that's what we're doing. I mean, I could look at my phone and tell you who I have, but whatever. No big deal. We'll just keep moving on. Oh, there we go. Something's happening. Circle, circle. I swear the internet all the way up here sucks for my computer. It's awesome. How much time do I have? 20 minutes. But anyways, while that circles its jerk, again, the stage is set. Welcome to the playoff week and the consolation week. For those of you down there, enjoy the fight. Oh, look at that. Yanir Diaz got me an RBI. That's cool. Not that that fucking matters unless he gets one more, but he won't. And it doesn't matter anyways because Alex Bregman, Jordan Alvarez, and Jake McCarthy are doing things that the Lord allowed them to do. But again, no big fucking deal because it doesn't matter because even if I put up or grab a tie or something in the score, it's not going to change the fact that Ray was able to jump me in the standings. So anyways, it's my own damn team's fault when, oh, look, now I got one more hit. Woohoo! All right, 2 out of however fucking many I didn't get. Anyways, so yeah, I'll be taking with me a busted-ass Ketel Marte, a shitty-ass Rafael Devers, probably one of the worst shortstops ever to place himself into a Yankees uniform, and Anthony Volpe. Nick Castellanos couldn't suck a fart out of my wife's asshole with a straw shoved up 6 inches into it. And Josh Naylor, who basically that's all he does is nail Twinkies to the wall with his penis because he sucks because he's a fat-ass piece of shit, too. Yep, I'm in a bad mood because I don't like fucking losing, especially to people that don't have a right to be in the playoffs because they won't be in the playoffs, like Eric. But that's all right because Eric's got the best team that's going to win the consolation prize. Don't you, cuz? Boy, I've just stirred the fucking pot for next season, haven't I, buddy? Bring it on. Like, I beat you. I beat you. Yeah. Have fun looking at D's nuts. Literally. D's nuts in the championship. And then you can talk shit next week after I lose to Walker, Texas Ranger. Because the Lord loves him some Chuck Norris more than he loves Casey Dobson. This has been a telecasted broadcast brought to you from my living room. I'm done talking shit about Shane. Congratulations, Shane. You'll have the Franklin back, and you'll be able to talk just as much shit as Walker and Josh because they're multi-winners, and your name will be on there. So yippee-ki-yay. Congratulations. You traded for, by far, the worst craziest damn fucking trade I've ever seen. Like, let me get Shohei Ohtani. Okay. Let me get Shohei because, I gave you a bag of peanuts and a retarded animal cracker. Shane's going to say something about my hair. I know it. That's the reason he's so mad because his hair's so wound up. Shut up, bitch. I don't have anything else to say. I know this stage is not set just right now, but it is set in my mind. Because Ray's not changing her score. And even if I was to crank out a fucking home run with 5 people on base, it's not going to make a difference if I take the stat or whatever. So, and he's got enough hits that he's not dropping out of average. And again, one of the worst damn batting days I've ever seen. So, I'll see you next week, Walker, and I'm going ahead and congratulating on your win. So, fucking Jaguars too, right? All right. Y'all have a good week. Ray, Shane, enjoy your bye. I believe who will be, let me see, who's going to be in the top 7 and 8. It's got to be Nick and Brian, right? It's going to still be them too, right? Nick and Jesus, it looks like. Or it might be Brian. No, it'll probably be Nick and, yeah, that's what it says because it's standings. So Nick and Jesus will also get a bye, while Brian will probably face off against Sean, and Eric will get a taste of his own offensive medicine against Mandalorian. Excuse me. So that's it. All right. Welcome to the playoffs, bitches. It's the motherfucking playoffs.